There are 5 keys to a healthy and well-functioning immune system, and nobody seems to know what they are. Hi, my name is Phil. I'm with Silver Fern Brand. So the answer to a healthy and well-functioning immune system is not to boost the immune system, and it's definitely not to suppress the immune system. The correct answer is to regulate the immune system. And then there are 5 keys to doing this, okay? This is the correct approach if you care, okay? 1, you need to improve immune intelligence. The immune system, whether you know it or not, also needs to be trained. When it is not trained, it does not know the difference between friend and foe. So the first key is to train the immune system so that it is smart. Number 2, you have to train the immune system to be tolerant. If you have, for example, regulatory T cell dysfunction, TREG dysfunction, your immune system is intolerant, okay? So you need to help regulatory T cell function. Number 3, you need to help activate dendritic cells. Number 4, you need to help the innate immune system. And number 5, you need to help the gut, particularly the gut barrier, believe it or not, okay? You need to seal the gut. A leaky gut is going to allow for stuff to go through the system. It is going to cause confused signaling in the immune system, and you are not going to have a healthy immune system. So these are the 5 keys. Unfortunately, when a person's thinking immune system, they're thinking of they're thinking of a handful of basic things. 1 would be eating healthy, 2 would be getting plenty of rest, 3, hydration, 4, they're loading up on like whole food vitamins and stuff like that. And then 5 is usually they're avoiding stuff that they know hammers the immune system, like they're trying to reduce stress, right? And while these are super good, and I totally support these, and science totally supports these, the problem with these is that it's not training the immune system, it's not creating immune intelligence, they're not going to create immune tolerance, they're not going to help the innate immune system, they're not going to directly help activate dendritic cells, and they're not really the best. So they help prevent gut issues, but they're not going to help restore gut function. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right. So when we think of an immune health product, we're wanting to help people that have both hyperreactive immune systems, and we want to help people that have weak and just not functioning immune systems. So a lot of people that reach out to us, either they or their children, they're tired of them being sick all the time. And I used to be in this bucket. And then on the other side, I was tired of my kids going to school and coming home all the time sick and then missing school all the time. So if I am talking to anybody, this may apply to some of you don't care and you just not watch the video. But all right, so for us, the way that we do this is we use Postbiotic Plus. It comes both in a capsule option and an option where you can use it in a powder. The dosing's big, so people that don't like capsules can go with this option. Here's the problem with this option, which I actually prefer this option. It's in a powder. One of the key ingredients, one of the 3 clinically studied ingredients is Biomend L-lysine butyrate. Butyrate smells horrible. Is it absolutely amazing for the gut? Yes. And this form of butyrate has up to a 500% higher absorption rate in comparison to other forms of butyrate. Not take away from them. Butyrate's super important, even if you're getting it from prebiotics and probiotics. The problem is you're not going to get this high of an increase in butyrate systemically to help with regulatory T cell function and helping the gut barrier and stuff like that, okay? So that's why we're using the Biomend L-lysine butyrate. It's just because it has a superior clinically studied proof that it has really high absorption rates systemically. And then we paired it with Amuse and Beta Via. So Beta Via and Biomend L-lysine butyrate are both postbiotics and prebiotics. Amuse is just a postbiotic. But what you are doing with this product is you are helping with the immune intelligence. So you are actually helping with activate dendritic cells, macrophages. You're helping not only activate, increase them, but train them properly, okay? You're helping with the regulatory T cell function. By the way, this is all stuff you can go research. You can type in whatever your immune system dysfunction is, and you can look those things up. The Amuse ingredient specifically helps increase natural killer cells, killer T cells, helper T cells, and B cells, which are like really, really, really important to have when they're trained properly and balanced and smart. Those are extremely important to help prevent people from being sick all the time. Because the concept is you're going to get sick. Everybody's going to get sick, just so you know. So you're all going to get sick, but it's to help reduce the severity of it, right? Like that's the idea. So for example, I used to get really sick even if I saw somebody that was sick. Like I think it was just, I don't know, maybe my immune system was literally that weak, probably. But if I even saw somebody who was sick, I'd get super sick, and then I'd get the man cold, and then I would end up on antibiotics, okay? And that's what we're trying to help people not to have. And I would suggest the medical community also doesn't want that. And by the way, when you really look at it, that is the most expensive way. So while this is expensive, this smells horrible. No, it doesn't smell horrible. But when you think about it, while this is expensive and you take it, because it is, this has got 3 clinically studied ingredients at the clinical doses. We don't halfway do anything at Silver Fern brand. We just don't believe in it. But this approach is so much more effective than having to, you get sick and load up on a whole bunch of stuff to try and fight it, but you're still going to get super sick. And a lot of people, that's still going to cause problems. Either you're going to be down and get the man cold, or on the flip side, your immune system is going to flare right through the roof, and you need to put some ice on it, right? And there's no real answer for that. So the answer is to help restore normal immune tolerance before a problem gets started. So as a single product, amazing. My kids take this. The ingredients are totally fine for kids, extremely good for kids. So I like this form because I open it up. It does smell. It totally smells. If you have issues with smelling, use this, but don't take it out of the capsule because it's going to smell again. But if you can tolerate the smell, I prefer this form. I put it in my smoothie. I put it in a drink. My kids take it every morning in their smoothie. I take it every morning. My wife, who has Hashimoto's, takes it. I used to have a weak immune system and an overreactive immune system with like tons of I had reactions to like tons of foods and environmental issues. So like grasses and pollen and all that stuff. Amazing product, totally works. Here's what I'm going to say. So this is a little bit where the research doesn't align with reality. The research strongly suggests this has a major impact in 45 to 60 days. And while it may, I don't know, it may. When I started taking it, I still got sick last year in the first 45 to 60 days. So that's, I'm just being honest. But since that time, so all fall, I have been dragging boys around to football games, and I swear on my life, I would swear on a stack of Bibles, they've all been sick. All but my son Burke they've all been sick. They're all sick. They're popping lozenges for sore throats and stuff on the way to ball games. They're coughing, sneezing, they're missing football practice. I have got nothing. What happened 3 weeks ago is I was tired. I got a little tired, and I was like, why am I so tired this week? I was sick. That was the answer. But I don't get the severe stuff. I don't get that at all anymore. So would I strongly suggest this works? Yes. Obviously, I know the science behind it, so there's confidence in that. But if you want to really help the immune system, this is the correct approach. Now, for some of you, your immune system is like totally shot. Your immune system hyperreactivity is off the charts, okay? The first suggestion is you can always go do the Immune Plus protocol. It's pairing the cleanse with the postbiotic, so it's much more effective. It is a full protocol. And for those of you that have all kinds of other issues, constipation, reflux, heartburn, burping, belching, you've got all kinds of things, severe bloating, send us a DM and just say protocol. Can you please help me with the protocol? Here's a warning. Our protocols and approaches are extremely effective. We address underlying root causes, but that is not resolved in a week. You do not resolve 5-10 years worth of problems in 30 days or less. I don't know who made up that garbage, but it's not true. It's just not true. So if you're looking for gimmicks, that's definitely not us. If you want to get to the root cause of the problem, that's for sure us, because that's the only approach we want to go with, because frankly speaking, I don't like gimmicks. I just don't want to do it. Okay. So if you like our approach, come see us. And if you don't, that's okay. There's like infomercials loaded with gimmicks everywhere. Hope this helps. Bye.